understand it's not always so simple. Sometimes I understand. I understand. Alright, sorry, y'all. I gotta get off Instagram. Hey, what's good, though? Oh, man, it's been a really long, hectic week. That's why it's been so long since we've been back. But hopefully, I could respark some innovation. You know, get the creative juices flowing, and really just sit here and chill. Get a little bit of literature in, get a little reading in. As we will it back. I don't think I have enough time to sit up and play the game tonight. So I do plan on hopping on tomorrow for sure. We gotta do that. Before we get too far behind, I mean, then again, it is like riding a bike. You remember that time I took like a whole month off, came back, it was like the same thing. But they got new characters now. Matter of fact, 5 new characters. So I really got to figure it out. But you know, so big, shouldn't be too difficult. Yeah. Well, but so in the meantime, we're back today with actually not just doing one reading. I'm actually gonna dig in and do 2 books. I'm gonna read 2 comic books tonight. I'm gonna try to animate them as best as I can, as lethargic as I is. Nah, it should be cool though. It should be fly. But yeah, nonetheless, my phone wants to work. Nonetheless, yeah, we should be having a really cool time. We got a couple of Stephen King novels, short series. I actually have both of the books in this genre. Shout outs, Uncle Mike, for dropping these on your boy. Man, years ago. I've had these for years, can you believe? But we're slowly getting caught up. Hopefully I can get into some newer readings as we journey forwards. Man, got a lot of birthday wishes, birthday shouts. I gotta hop on the Facebook and the gram and shout some people out and stuff like that. So we're gonna try to get through with our readings pretty quick. I'll go through them. You know, it'll be fun. It'll be enjoyable. Yeah, the first step to get off the Instagram, that's a humongous time trap, isn't it? So, okay. Yeah, give me 1 second and we'll get this going. Hang tight. Sorry, that took a little sec. Alright. Yeah. Okay, I think I'm ready. Yeah, let's check it out. So we got Stephen King's The Dark Tower, The Gunslinger. We were reading this, I guess the variant of The Gunslinger last week. I suppose seems like they have a couple of books titled The Dark Tower, The Gunslinger. This one specifically is I wonder if I can move this AI assistant like that. Okay. Okay, this one in particular is called Shini's Tale, right? So I guess it's a group of I don't know, they're all kids, orphans, whatever, homies, whatever you'll have it. And they go through like almost like a Stranger Things sort of random events, you know, and you know they go through whatever they go through. I guess they go through like just some random occurrences. You know, it could be like a big giant radioactive looking demon with tentacles or something. Just, I don't know exactly, but I understand that they're in the Marvel universe somewhere. So interestingly enough, my first time reading it last week, it was pretty interesting. I mean, it was cool. Like I could kind of you know dive in and really enjoy it without ever hearing about it before. I just cracked it open, kind of digging it. So let me see right here. I could adjust two things to make my life a little easier. How about, hang on. Please.
What does it mean to live a rich life? It's brave first leaps, tearful goodbyes, and
Auto lock, 30-second auto lock. How about whenever?
Your Edward Jones financial advisor will be there to help you move ahead with confidence.
And that should be good.
We'll do all we can to help you.
All right, two on top of that. Here, let me take jacket off because it is warming up.
We're all about creating special moments that make you feel alive, and the thrill of the spin.
Okay, let me see.
Where you'll always find your game, your perfect
Yeah.
in a real money online casino. Slots LV is your time to play.
Right on, much more comfortable. Right.
Hydration doesn't end when the game does.
Okay.
Dips mid-afternoon, or your bathroom break just threw you a yellow card. Liquid IV is here to help you.
You know what?
Clinically tested.
I had a bottle of water.
Faster than water alone, and 8
I'll drink this.
nutrients. It's the #1 powdered hydration brand in America. Need a refresh? Tap the banner to stock up on.
Old bottle of water. Okay. All right, so let's check this out. Yeah. Dark Tower, creative director and executive director Stephen King, plot and script Robin Firth. Right. Here I like viewing this in the 2-page setup. I don't know what that does for the whatchamacallit, the YouTube shorts. But yeah, I like reading with the 2-page loadout. If you want, you can come on through the Twitch channel and you can see the full thing just laid out. Okay. All right, this looks like a little excerpt. I'd already helped them to snap one beam, and I was cutting sentries off their work on Shardik's beam. And when Shardik's beam snaps, lady and gentlemen, Gan's can only last a little while. And when Gan's beam also snaps, the Dark Tower will fall, creation will end, and the very eye of existence will turn blind. Dark Tower. Interesting. Very interesting. Alright. Go ahead, scroll into the first chapter. Alright, first panel. I was always afeared of prison. Even before I got trapped in the Devar toy in Thunderclap. Most folks only remember the past, but me, I sometimes remember the future too. My future, us, always wrapped in barbed wire. You chill your buns till you learn some respect. No, say, please, I'll be good, so I will. When I was a Babo, Barky threw me into the sheriff's lockup. I was so scared. I peed myself and cried. The sheriff's prison was little, so it was. The Devar toy is big. In in-world talk, Devar toy means big prison. It's the only thing here in the dark land of Thunderclap. There's a whole town inside the Devar, and there ain't no bars on the windows. I suppose that's why some folks pretend they ain't in prison. Why so glum, chum? Eat your ice cream, big guy. Nobody will call you P-Brain here, Shimi. All hail the Crimson King. Remember what I told you, Shimi, son of Stanley? My friend Ted says a prison don't need bars on the windows. The prisoners got bars in their minds. For real. That's why I'm calling to you, Roland, cause folks here ain't gonna break out on their own. We look like monsters, so we do. Not monsters, Shimi, breakers. Here in the study, me and Ted can talk with our minds. The study ain't for talking, it's for breaking. Big scene. Some of these maybe I could bounce back and forth between single view. Folks here say that to break is divine, like scratching a scratch you've had all your life, but didn't kin you could reach. But breaking ain't good no matter how good it feels. Breaking is like killing the world a little bit at a time. That's why we need you to come here, Roland. Need you to rescue us from ourselves. A lot of imagery going on right here. I'm not even sure exactly what's going on. Oh. The outsides of Devar is wrapped with electrified barbed wire, so it'll be real hard to get in. Beyond that's the desert of Thunderclap. The antinomic sunshine there, and the ground is pisoned. Ground is pizzing. It's interesting wording. Folks here is always getting a ear stike or pimples or the eating sickness. But it's worse for the rods who live outside the wires. They ain't human no more. Oh. The guards say that end times is coming, but in the thunderclap, end times already came. Ooh. Does that mean I'm dead? I can't rightly say. You don't get shoes in the Devar, just slippers. Real hard to run away in slippers, especially in the desert. Psh, psh. Oink, oink. Once, when I was a babby, I went to the slaughterhouse in Hambry. Saw this piggy make a break for it. Oink. Up it went over the fence, so all they had for climbing was little hoofs. Kerbang! But the guards, they shot it. Oh snaps, was it actually a pig? What? In the Devar, it's the people who's in lockup and the animals who's the guards. Snaps. My friend Danny's real smart. She told me how the strange place came to be. You know who made the Devar, Shimi? The guards? No, silly, when the Dark Tower spun the universe out of the Prim, the Spider's King family was locked out of creation. They were left to starve. So I was supposed to go here? She said that the Devar was made by a spider, not a little spider like the ones I used to squish, but a monster spider, like the one that tried to trap you when you was leaving Hambry. Where did the big spider come from? Before the world was made, everything was a big soup called the Prim. The spider and his family lived there. They ate the soup. There it goes, okay, I see it. There it goes. Oh, so when the Dark Tower spun the universe out of the Prim, the Spider King family was locked out of creation. They were left to starve. Now, the Red King wants to destroy the Dark Tower so that he and his family can feast on the wreckage. Word. I told Danny that I saved my friend Roland from a Spider King once. She thought I was dreaming. Then she got real mad. Me? The Crimson King is immortal and all powerful. He's making us do dirty work for him. We're breakers. I don't understand. The breakers are scratching away at the beams that hold the Dark Tower in place. It's rude to scratch your beam. Interesting. Danny said I should go to the study and look with the eyes inside my head, then I understand. So I did what Danny said. I was floating up, and everywhere was sound of bells and of singing the way roses would sing if they had voices. I saw a tower shuddering fit to fall, and all of us monsters breakers hanging off the rainbow beams that held it up. We was chewing, and rainbows was crying. I'm still trying to get a feel for this language. I can read it more fluid. I don't even know what's happening. Guess they're trying to take down a tower. Then one rainbow became a boy. I recognized the bean boy. In a dream I had once, he saved my life. Shimi, why do you hurt? Why do you hurt me when I love you so? Plus then I decided no more chewing for me. But I knew I'd have to do something else, real quiet, like something that looked like breaking. Else the guards would shoot me like the ones that shot Piggy. So I thought real hard, what could I do? And I thought I could tell a story. But then I thought, Shimi, you bugwit, what kind of story can you tell? And I thought I could tell my story, Shimi's tale. And I thought I'd tell it to you, Roland, because if my thoughts can travel far enough, you'll think of your old pal Shimi and you'll come rescue me. I don't remember being born. The folks say it hurts real bad. Push harder, Dolores. She can't. Sathorn, she's done for. Wish I could say Dolores gave her life birthing a beautiful boy. What do you think's wrong with him, Cora? Don't know, Petty, but I need a drink. My mom was Dolores Schemer. She died bringing me into the world. I think Stanley the barkeep was my pa, but I ain't sure. Mama was a gilly girl at the Traveler's Rest in Hanbury. Kissed lots of men in the shack behind the saloon. Stanley said I was a reap-tide mooncalf, so maybe my real pa was the demon moon of reap. Sure would explain a lot. There's a lot going on. Bye. Petty, shouldn't that kid be walking and talking by now? He's a moist slow. I was never like other babbies. But after my mama died, they kept me at the rest. Get out of here, you Phoebe. Yeah. And I got big. Sathorn sent me collecting glasses, said it would help me earn my keep. But just before you come to Hanbury, things turned sour at the rest. I started having scary dreams about a box. About a pink ball with a staring red eye in the center. Bad men came to town. They called themselves big coffin hunters. Everybody seemed to think they brought hope to Hanbury, but I kenned the truth. It was as mean as drunks on Reef Night. Roland, when you and Bert and Elaine came to town, I thought you was like knights in the fairy story. Even before you said it, I kenned in my heart that you was gunslingers. You said your daddy sent you to Hanbury to catch that pink ball with an eye in it. Not even your daddy's kin the truth. That eye ate death. And it had came to feast in Hanbury. Critical, to say the least. Looking back, I should have kenned that ball wanted you. Rolling, all the rest was just pretend. It wanted to trap your spirit, man, in this pink storm world, cause it knew you was the only one who could stop its master plans. I wanted to save you from that evil eye, so I followed you back to Gilead. Along the way, I got trapped by a metal side in a Dogan. I thought he was gonna kill me, but he didn't. Instead, he made my inside eyes real strong and gave me the ability to teleport. That meant my pre-brain could move me faster than my feet. I thunked about you and Bird in the lane, and there I was, a rustling in the bushes. God, Wolf. Lady Fate's a jokester. She gives a little only to take it all back again. But before you shoot and shoot me, was I bad? All accidental. Bert shot me. Hurt awful, but I cheated Mr. Death. Instead of going to the Shadowlands, I followed you into that pink eyeball where you was a prisoner. No more pain. Wasn't until later that I found out that the bastard I saved you from was the Spider King himself. He's a real country accent. He looks like he sounds like Wizard, fetch me that half-wit, he's a breaker. Let me go. I'm real glad you escaped, but meeting the Spider King was the beginning of the end for me. I got free for a little while, but it didn't last real long. Ah, falling. It was going bad with him like that. I follow you, so I did, but in Gilead things had got real bad. This hieroglyphics. All your daddies have been killed, and the big black bird has stole the pink eyeball for his master. We had to run or die. But Roland, you said we weren't running away. We were gonna follow a rainbow to the Dark Tower itself. We saved the world and be heroes. Thank you, Randolph. The Red King will pay you well for this little breaker. But that was before I knew that Bugwits can't be heroes. Bugwits. And that was before I learned that Bert in the lane was dead. And that life don't have happy in as much. Not like in fairy stories. Time has come, little halfwit, for you to do something great. The Crimson King himself has requested your services. Save me, Roland! Hush, foolish child. I will show you to the wonders of the end world. But my friends, they are already ghosts. I kenny then that the Birdman was made of lies from boots to crown. Cause in that ball I'd seen you rolling or climbing out of a pile of dead folks. Find me, Roland. SF? Marvel loves SF. I don't know. You talking to me? Nah. Oh, little halfwit. I'm taking you. Oh. take me? Taking me to Nar? Oh, little halfwit. I'm taking you to Endworld. And the bridge all jacked up. Here you should join our retinue of breakers. Retinue of breakers. The Birdman made me all sorts of promises. After a lifetime of being the butt of jokes, you will finally receive the respect that is your due. That language. Even then, I had to escape. Welcome to the Fadich Dogan, Shimi. Birdman kept talking and talking, but I know the truth. Inside his hospital, all the doctors was animals, and all the sick folks was babos. Babos. Ooh. It was Piggy's revenge for all the meanness of the slaughterhouse. The children you see here are twins. Call their brains for the enzymes that cause twin telepathy. From these enzymes, make the pills that we feed to our breakers. If I didn't escape, those animals would do experiments on me too. Look at that look on his face. Heinous. These pills will make you stronger than you can imagine. Will become a breaker for our Lord and Master, the Crimson No more pain. Kaboom. Like Shimmy did something. Interesting. He said, what? I ran it as fast as I could. Guards, seize the half-wit. And for a little while, I was free. That's some true life slave story or something. To be continued. Maybe this will give us some insight. Did I miss a page? It's likely that I actually missed a page. Sorry though. Of Endworld, all of the prisoners in the Devar Toy are breakers, or powerful psychics, who are being forced by the Crimson King's henchmen into using their psychic powers to erode the beams that hold the Dark Tower in place. Although the Devar is surrounded by barbed wire and is patrolled by armed guards, many of whom are either Tahin or Kantoi creatures. The bodies of men and the heads of beasts. The Devar itself is quite a comfortable place. As we show in our comics, the Devar contains an old-fashioned American town and is illuminated by an artificial sun. Elsewhere in Thunderclap, it is always dark, despite the frequent infections that the inmates suffer from. After all, the Devar is located in a poison wasteland. Most of the breakers are quite happy. Outcasts in their home worlds because of their strange abilities and their frequent physical abnormalities. Most of Shini's fellow psychics don't mind the fact that Shimi experimented on by the scary man long road home. Experimenting on. Man, look at this artistry. It's definitely creepy. It's like kind of an astounding, creepy kind of style they got going right there. Devar Toy Shimi's Tale, art by Richard Isanova. Okay, and these are the psychic kids, I guess, using their abilities to take down this tower of sorts. Let's see. They have been tasked with bringing about the collapse of the universe, although their consciences might experience the occasional twinge. Their accommodations are classy, their food is great, and the sim sex available to them is almost as good as the real thing. Hence, they are willing to do what they must to remain in their safe and protected environment. Only Shimi, his friends Ted Brodigan, Dinky Earnshaw, Danny Rostov, and a few others refuse to make peace with the lives that the Crimson King has given them. Instead, they are waiting for our gunslinger, Roland Deschain, to destroy the Devar and scupper the Crimson King's plan. Scupper. When we meet Shimi in the Dark Tower, he is about 35 years old, and he has not spoken for a long time. Shimi's 35. I guess like 4 or 5. 35, but he's not spoken for a long time. For many years, he and his friends have been awaiting Roland's arrival, gathering weapons for him and making audio tapes, which explains the layout and the history of the Devar. Although we learn how many of the other breakers arrived in Thunderclap, this means by which Shimi landed in the Crimson King's trap remains a mystery. This mystery has always had intrigued me and was something I was eager to explore. Hence, when Stephen King gave a thumbs up to the proposal for Shimi's Tale, I was very happy. As fans of The Wizard in Glass will attest, Shimi is intellectually slow, but his big heart and his innate grasp of moral rightness makes him an intriguing character. Because of this, I thought that the story of Shimi's arrival in the Devar and of his complex emotional reaction to what was happening there, could potentially make a very interesting story. At first, I wanted the tale to be told in the third person, but Richard Isanova, the artist for our story, thought that the tale would have more emotional weight if it was told by Shimi himself, though the task was daunting. I agree with Richard's assessment. Difficult as it would be, I wanted to show how Shimi's using his limited intellectual abilities could grapple with such complicated and morally difficult issues. What connections would he make between his own life experiences and the lives of the twin sacrifice so that the breakers could become more powerful? How would he interpret the task he has been given of destroying the multiverse? And by the way, Bean Boy that Shimi befriends in our story comes from the Dark Tower as well. After teleporting Roland and his Kamates to a safe haven, Shimi has a seizure. And during that seizure, he has a vision of the Bean Boy who has been beaten and bruised by the action of the breakers. The more I work with Shimi, the more I try to speak in his voice, the more respect I had for him, both as a character and as an example of the human beings can strive for. As so frequently happens in Stephen King's tales, it is Shimi, the weak boy who has so many obstacles to overcome in his life, who proves to be a true hero. I hope you enjoy Shimi's tale. As always, it was a great honor and a pleasure to work with Stephen King's complex, fascinating universe. Long days and pleasant nights, Robin Firth. Dope. What's this an image of? The Bean Boy, Battle of Jericho Hill. Art by JB and Richard Isanova. A lot of self-righteousness being portrayed in this album right here. Okay, Art Evolution by Richard Isanova. Now remember, they look like they have like some literal like napkin drawings, and I guess he's just jotting down his idea. This is where they started at, right? Let me see. Oh, this is the cover. For this cover, I wanted to find a way to represent the core theme of the story. Little Shimi's helpless. At the mercy of the power is much bigger than him. I guess with that in mind, the result you see here is a pretty literal. Because there is as much pathos as comedy within the character, I opted for a very dramatic layout drawn in a cartoonish style. Yeah, because he would look like, well, you can see the cover right there. Right. Yeah. It looks like a lot going on, and it's kind of comical. This is where you gain inspiration. My son, Mathael, what an interesting name. Or is this Matthew? Matthew, okay, was the right age for the character, so we pulled his hair back, precariously balanced him on a chair. The little boy is not 35. Precariously balanced him on a chair while my daughter held his feet in the air. You can see the little arms. And twisted him around until I got the correct pose. He's laughing there, but after a dozen falls, he didn't think it was that funny anymore. For some reason, he's very proud to be the model for the see, as it cuts off right there, the hydrocephalic simpleton with the triple hair lip. Triple hair lip. They got some interesting characters. They have Rainbow, Glowing Monster Breaker. Well, that's the finished sketch, which I sent to my excellent editors for approval. The design for the breakers had evolved by the time I drew them inside the book. The basic idea stayed the same. This one works because it's by itself, but once they started piling up on the page, you couldn't tell what was going on anymore. I also later switched them from purple to green to differentiate them from other tentacular monsters Shimi meets in issue number 2. Yeah, it's like a purple radioactive. Yeah. Shimi. I usually ink directly on the computer, but I wanted to try using a thinner, more delicate line. So I enlarged and printed out the sketch, then traced and cleaned it up with the regular pencil on paper. It's become so rare for me to draw on paper outside of conventions that I jump in my excuse to get back to the basics. That's what's up. He said he wanted to get some thinner lines. I scanned the drawing and blacked out the darkest area to see what I would like to contrast in delicate gray line with those heavy dark masses. The composition falls apart a bit, but I had a pretty clear idea what I was going to do with the colors, so I figured it all. Come together in the end. Okay. Yeah, these books are interesting. They don't have a lot of advertising, but they are Marvel. You see, of course, by the time it was colored with special effects, glows, and line art knockouts, it didn't really matter how delicate the line was anymore. I probably could have saved myself an afternoon of work by simply cleaning up the original sketch, but at least for once, I had some original pencils. Since my son also helped me by drawing Shimi's kids drawing the flashback sequence, I gave him the piece to hang it in his bedroom. I think he hopes it might be worth something when I die. Oh my. Yeah, that's an interesting image. Alright. And in the next tale, which we're actually getting to in this sitting right here. Alright. Here, let's finish up the last final excerpts. The conclusion. Shimi Ruiz is a half-wit with the power to heal the world. After helping Roland Deschain and his original quartet escape the little town of Hambry, Shimi entered the evil crystal known as Merlin's grapefruit, saved Roland from his deadly possession. But his fidelity could not stem the tide of war, and Gilead, the last city of light, fell to the Crimson King. Shimi was lost. Then he was found. The man in black stole him out of the time of Midworld and has brought him to a strange place to do the Crimson King's bidding. This is a story never told, the tale absent from Roland's constant memories. This is Shimi's tale. From the renowned creator team of Robin Firth and Richard Isanova comes the final chapter in the Dark Tower saga. The fantasy, horror, revenge, drama, and a dash of the Old West. Such a story could only come from a storytelling legend, Stephen King. Oh. Alright, let's go.
Improvements with Chase. Just another way we're
Well, we made it.
Chase, more of what's yours.
I think we're doing pretty good. It only took us 40 minutes to get through one. Alright. We're gonna queue up the next one after this break right here.
This doesn't always look like what you think. It can show up as
So,
feeling
that-
emotionally numb, or even spending more time alone. Learn more at takespacetopause.org. That's takespacetopause.
Have a nice day. Thanks for shopping at IKEA.
That's quite the discount you gave me. I'm flattered. But this
Like the discount.
I'm sorry. I think there might be a miscommunication.
No, your signals are loud and clear, but I'm a very busy woman, and
Ma'am, that discount wasn't just for you. So,
shh, don't make this harder on yourself, dear.
IKEA family members save 50% on purchases of $500 or more on select wardrobe items. Visit ikea.us/wardrobe.
Alright, let's get to it. The Dark Tower, the Gunslinger. Previously, halfwit Shimi Ruiz has the power to heal the world, but instead he's been imprisoned by the Crimson King and forced to become a breaker. Breaking is exactly that, using telepathic powers to break the beams that hold the Dark Tower in place. The Crimson King wants to destroy the Dark Tower so he can feast on the wreckage. Shimi no longer wants any part of it, and so he escapes. In the name of the Red King, stop that breaker! When I'm real scared, my legs get all stiff and time moves slow like it does in a bad dream. Coming out of that hospital, my legs was like wood. I just couldn't run quick enough. Them guards was gonna catch me. There he is. So I found me a horse. Didn't have no head. Some folks say I don't have a head neither. I can move. Oh, he powered that thing up. The headless horse was quicky quick. But so was the guards. Giddy up! Head him off before he gets to the devil's arse. Giddy up! Please! Yeah, why? Paul Thorne always told me to watch where I was going. Otherwise, someday I was gonna fall into a hole. We made it! We made it! Ah! She was right. This scene is pretty cool. That's a funny little double panel right there. He just fell right through the bridge. He took his eye off the prize. Wow. Back at the rest, Side Thorn tried to teach me to swim. but I never could get the hang of it. I always sunk like a stone, so I did. Oh. But even as my breath bubbled out of my body, I felt something snacking into my mind. What? Welcome, Shimi, son of Stanley. These anthropods? Welcome thee of the breakers, thee of the Tet of Bio, Blow, Elo. Long have we waited for one such as thee could hear us. These are there was monsters big as houses, and they was hungry. Shall we eat thee, son of Stanley, and make thy powers our powers? No. Or shall we make thee one of us? Would thee like to merge thy puny soul with the oversoul of the children of the Prim? No! Would thee like to help us destroy the beams which form our prison? No! Ah, but thee will, Shimi, son of Stanley. We shall make thee one of us, and thee shall rejoice in breaking our fetters. Where have I seen fetters before? I haven't seen that in a long time. For we are the great ones, the first lords of the wild world, and eternity belongs to us. See this, little breaker, see it very well. See the glory of the world, that breath breathed before your world was born. Was it not beautiful? Was it not glorious? In those long ago days when the waters of the Prim covered the earth, we fed well. But then came our enemy to disturb our feed. Gan hated the rich, informed the waters of the Prim, but most of all he was jealous of our feeding. Oh. He wanted to create a new world with new creatures. He wanted to usurp our power and become Lord of all. Gan. With the light of the beams, his servants blinded us and seared our skins. But worse was to come. Hey yo, what's up, Mercer 5? What's good? What's good? It's been a long week. I've been super duper busy and I'm just now getting back to it. Thank you for dropping through though. Oh. Just doing a little light reading tonight. Trying to get caught up on my library for real. Alright. His servants made the Prim recede. The singeing of Gan's blood, flowers tore through our minds, torturing us. That's a tight picture. Like roses. Oh yeah. We're gonna have a good nap after we get out of here. For the first time we knew hunger. We knew rage. We knew the desire for revenge. But all that is now past. Shall we show you the future, little breaker? Shall we show you your future now that you have joined with us? Dang, I guess they mind controlled him. He is weak, Gan. He is of the old world. We are of the new. And the Kraken finna reach up and what's he doing? He's refracting the rainbow or whatever. Not even the beams can protect thee now. For we have a breaker amongst us, and thy beams shall fall. Oh, snaps. That's crazy. So it's like he escaped out of the prison camp, fell off the bridge into the ocean, got absorbed by the Kraken, and now the Kraken is trying to destroy the tower, the dog tower. Rolling. I never been so scared, but I was scared of me. We was smashing the world to little bits, and not even the Bean Boys could stop us. Bean Boys. But then I seen them. Hetty and Cy Thorne and Stanley, all the folks from the Traveler's Rest, all the folks I had ever loved, they were dying. And it was my fault. I seen you, Roland, you and Bert and Elaine. The monsters had you in their tentacles. They was gonna eat you. No more tower. I thought no more quests and no more heroes. I was alone and I couldn't bear it. So I made myself a plan. And I made myself a spear. Trying to figure out when he broke free. He just said, forget this. He gained enough consciousness. He said, forget this. He said he made himself a spear. Oh. Look at this hot radioactive lightning rod. What the? Alright, Shimi, let's see you do it. He said, die, monsters! Die! But like he has some water in his lungs, so like, die! For the first time in my life, I was gonna be a hero. Or I was gonna die trying. That's a dope scene. That's a dope little panel right there. Now, it's going hard. Really put everything into it. He threw that spear on the shoulder. He really just chucked his whole form into it. In like a drop kick sort of fashion. It came with a spear though. Oh. Put it on the whole shoulder. He put his whole back into it like die, monster! So I died trying. Oh, poor Shimi. You see, I didn't have no breath left. He was in the water that whole time, or what? But even as my spirit, man, tried to leave my body, something started tugging me upward. It sounded like music. Imagine that that Halo song playing. And you just started rising up out the water. So the monsters, they let me go. They had to. Up and up I went. I was like floating in the sky. For the anthropods. Then somebody grabbed my arm. I could see it all. Like my spirit man was hovering real near my corpse. Those boys was a singing life back into my bones. Little choir boys. Hey, so, right. Welcome back, Shimi. I'm alive? Yes, Shimi, son of Stanley, you are alive. So are we, for now. What? No! No, you can't! We've saved him! Up above, the sky started to swirl like a storm. Then I remembered. I was underwater. Sploosh. Birdman that brought me to the end world, he found me again. Those eyes, like, did all that escaping for nothing? So here I am, Roland, waiting for you. I'm doing my best to protect the Bean Boys, because they're the weak ones now. But I'm only small, and my brain's not all that big neither. We need you real soon. You won't forget about your old pal Shimi, will you? The end. Interesting. So maybe we read these out of order. Cause Roland the Gunslinger, I guess he's like rolling around saving all of these orphans or something like that. We read that one last week. You check that on the VODs. And we also throw it up. We're gonna throw it up in the Discord for free download for all the subscribers and stuff like that. If you guys want something to read, just ignore this part right here where I like cut off some of the reading in the last of the. You know, like this isn't part of the story, but I think I got lazy or sloppy and cut off some of the final excerpt right here. But we're gonna try to read it. The Dark Tower as Axis Mundi. Like many science fiction and fantasy fans, I love the well-constructed fictional universe. Nothing gives me more pleasure than diving into a novel and discovering a well-observed, convincing reality that has consistent natural laws, believable cultures, and plausible characters. Personalities have been honed by the pressures of both society and fate. But the thing that really gives me a frisson of delight when an author underpins his or her reality with a convincing resonant mythology. I believe that great fictional mythologies resonate so profoundly because they echo belief systems found in either ancient societies or contemporary cultures. J.R.R. Tolkien, Lord of the Rings, author of the Lord of the Rings, an Anglo-Saxon scholar, an area of expertise that deeply influences writing. Similarly, the ecological mysticism of Frank Herbert's Dune owes much of its power to the author's interest in and knowledge of both Sufism and Zen Buddhism. There's not always such a direct causal relationship between the ancient lore, contemporary religion, and fictional mythology. Sometimes the metaphysics of an imaginary universe gains its power more obliquely. In these cases, the author isn't necessarily drawn directly upon a particular mythology. Instead, he seems to be delving into the shadowy realm which Jung called the collective unconscious, and drawing upon the archetypal images that exist there. For me, the image of the Dark Tower, that great smoke-colored stone edifice rising high into the skies of the inner world, feeling both ancient and archetypal, with its spiral of narrow slit window emitting an eldritch blue light in its oriel window of many colors at its apex. The Dark Tower, simultaneously a building made of carved rock, a living physical manifestation of the great god, whatever the Ganymede, creator of the universe. Although it appears finite, the tower is actually infinite. I don't like how those words work, finite and infinite. Because this is infinite, right? This is finite. Infinite and finite. Gotta be a better way to use those words. Because it's not finite and infinite. You know, it's infinite and finite. It's just, hey. But maybe I'm just nitpicking, but like I don't like how those roll off the tongue. Whoever wrote this part. Anyways, it is the nexus of all worlds and all realities, and the voices of the dead and the damned murmur in its stairwell. The 6 beams which radiate from the steel post jutting from its top maintain the proper alignment, time, space, size, and dimensions in all the worlds in the 12 towers. Animal guardians who watch over the portals of the termination points to the beams ensure that there is no untoward movement between the realities. Much is being written about the relationship between Stephen King's Dark Tower series and the Robert Browning's poem Chill Day. Roll Into the Dark Tower came, which was the book's original inspiration. Much less has been written about the Dark Tower itself as a modern manifestation of the archetypal axis mundi, or axis of the world. This world axis was sometimes believed to be a tree, column, or a mountain located at the center of creation. At the other times envisioned as a pole passing through the earth upon which the heavens turn. Yet, in each case, the axis mundi's main function was the same: to join the realm of men to both the heavens and the underworld. Each society's cosmology must reflect the beliefs of its era. Hence, in the futuristic post-apocalyptic world of the Dark Tower novels, the original role of the axis mundi is altered to fit the times. Traditionally, the world axis provided a link or ladder, which could be used to access the realm of the spirits and the gods. But in the Dark Tower novels, this link takes a sci-fi twist in line with contemporary physics. Unlike the ancient forms of the world axis, the Dark Tower does. I think I've read about something similar as described here, the Dark Tower, in like some type of religion or something. So maybe they're taking little bits and pieces of that and like developing their story here. Let me see, we got a few more pages. Let's study this. What is this? The boar, the rat, the fish, the rabbit, elephant. I was gonna say these are like Chinese animals, but I don't think so. I don't see a horse. Oh, there's a horse. I don't think the elephant is a Chinese animal. It could be. The bat? I just don't know. I mean, what else could this be? That's a turtle or a tortoise. That's like a boar. I don't know. It could be. Very well could be. Okay. So, not just led to supernatural realms, it also leads to a parallel universe. It was the power of the Dark Tower and the beams that was harnessed by the Great Old Ones to create their doorways between time periods and parallel realities. In many versions of this archetypal image, the axis mundi is not just the central axis of the universe, but a living entity. The extended body holds all of the multiple worlds within. In Scandinavian mythology, the axis mundi manifests as Yggdrasil, the World Tree. Where have we seen Yggdrasil before? I just feel like Thor and maybe God of War. Maybe God of War had a Yggdrasil. Mentioned a Yggdrasil. The World Tree, though, okay, whose branches and roots bind together in the 9 worlds, including the realms of the gods, giant ghosts, men, similar to the Dark Tower and the nexus of time-space continuum, and its beams, which radiate from the apex, much like the branches of the tree radiate from the trunk, maintain the division between the worlds, just as the Yggdrasil stand by the waters of the earth and the fate, and the drops sprinkled on it each day by the Norns. So the music of the singing red roses in the red fields of the Norn fields, in the Tower of the Beams, and the endless cycle of regeneration in the Dark Tower universe. The waters turn and Erd would probably be called the waters of Kef, or life force. After all, the waters of Kef are what bind Katet and ultimately create Ka, or fate itself. Like the Dark Tower, the Axis Mundi is timeless, but it is not unassailable. Unassailable, okay. Within the Norse cosmos, both words and gods can die. Although Yggdrasil, the great ash, sustains and nourishes the universe, the very creature it shelters, constantly attacking, a dragon named Nidhogg. I don't know if that's familiar or not. Anyways, continually chews at its roots, while deer and goats eat the tree's branches and shoots. The worlds that Yggdrasil shelters and nourishes are also transient. At Ragnarok, the great battle at the end of time, Yggdrasil will tremble, worlds will collapse, and the gods will die, but Yggdrasil will remain. The great body will shelter the last man and woman, lift their seal, so that a new cycle of life can begin. Ultimately, despite the destruction of the worlds it holds, Yggdrasil always remains. It is both Alpha and Omega, first and the last. In the Dark Tower universe, it remains to be seen whether the Dark Tower or any of the worlds it maintains will survive the dark plans of the Crimson King, who wish to destroy the time-space continuum and overwhelm reality with the primal chaos of the Prim, or archetypal void. After all, by the time our hero Roland begins his quest, the Dark Tower beams and Guardians have been severely compromised. Many of the beams are broken and the Guardians have decayed, and the tower itself has become unstable. But if the Dark Tower cycle continues to echo the myths of the Axis Mundi, there is still hope. Though the tower is not what it once was, it may still be restored to its pristine state. All we need is for our hero Roland Deschain to succeed in his quest. If he reaches the Dark Tower and blows his horn, the dead will rise, the tower will be rejuvenated, and all the worlds will rejoice. Even the dead lands of the end world will blossom. Long days and pleasant nights, Robin Firth. Right. Okay. Cool. We're almost done. Art Evolution by Richard Isanova. Shimmy floating in ish. Oh yeah, cause on the cover he's like floating in the water too. And in the vortex, monster, whatever. Right. Oh yeah, you really flushed that out. Huh? It's a sketch. Oh yeah, they really flushed that out. That's clean. See, we can put them side by side. Ooh. Yeah, that's cool. Really flush those out right here. Pretty good. Strikes the great ones. Okay. Yep. Added color. he really just stabbed like one of the ancient Kraken, the 1,000-year-old Kraken, oldest thing ever. Anyways, never sketched by Richards, I don't think he was trying to kill it. I think he was just trying to make a point and be like, "Let me free." Okay, next, Evil Ground 1. I see. I think one of these guys is rolling. I think short hair is rolling. Look at them, they're fighting like some blue, whatever these are. Maybe goat people, look at the feet. I don't know. Okay, Shimi stabbing the thing. Monster underwater with a psychic spear. Oh. And here we are at the end, let me see. Shimi Ruiz is a half-foot with the power to heal the world. After helping Roland Deschain his original quartet escape Little Town and Happy, Shimi entered the evil crystal known as Merlin's grapefruit. Oh, we already read this. And saved Roland from his deadly possession. But his fidelity could not stem the tide of war, and Gilead, the last city of light, fell to the Crimson King. Shimi was lost. Then he was found. The man in black stole him out of time of Midworld and brought him to a strange place to do the Crimson King's bidding. This is the story never told, the tale absent from Roland's constant memories. This is Shimi's tale. From the renowned creative team of Robin Firth and Richard Sanova comes the final chapter in the Dark Tower saga with fantasy, horror, revenge drama, and the dash of the Old West. The story could only storytelling legend of Stephen King. Yeah, these were pretty interesting. I don't know, like to put a cap on it, it's like, they cross in and out of different times and different worlds. Like it's a weird kind of situation these guys are going through. It's like Stranger Things on crack. It's like, I don't know, it's a group of kids or like acquaintances. Maybe they're all orphans or something like that. I don't know. But pretty much Roland is the eldest, right? From my understanding here, he's one of the elders in the group, and yeah, like he's trying to get them together, and like Samurai Jack going through the different time loops and stuff like that. They're trying to get back to their time in their planet. So I don't know. Shimi unlocked some psychic abilities or something like that, and did some different stuff. It's different, It's a little short story. It's book 1 of 2. Though it'd be interesting to see like how they all combine. And I know this is a relatively older book in the series, so I mean, but no, it's definitely a cool read. I think I've read it before, maybe years ago, but just revisiting it, it's a lot that I had probably forgotten, or just like trying to recover, and but now I remember. Now I got it. Comprehension. So let me see. My comic. I don't know if it was this site right here. No, it wasn't this one. My bad. Let me locate what I'm looking for, and then I could share it. I think it would be in the history. Give me the history real quick. Guess I can't find it like that. Comic book. Like, is that it? The League? No, it's not that one. What's this app called, man? Tired of looking for it. The heck is the app called? Hip Comic. Okay. Hip Comic. Was that so? That was so annoying. Okay. Let me go ahead and put this up here in an Explorer. You guys can see it too. See, let me see. I have an Explorer, huh? I'm tripping. I'm looking for something that's not there. Okay, so here, no cap. Yeah, let's go here, Explorer. I drop it in there real quick. Boop, boop. That in? Okay. Nope. Let's shrink it down a little bit. Just so you guys can see it. Okay. I'm probably not signed in. Naturally. Here. See with Google.
Business owner has different tax filing needs. With Tax Act, you can file yourself with the help of an expert or
Yeah, my eyes are cooked.
You're the boss, the head honcho.
I'm so tired.
Banana. And Tax Act is like your trusty tax aide.
Precursor, cool.
On any tax needs you might have. Tax Act is dying to
See, I should already
tax needs.
have an account. I may just be logging into it in a backwards method.
Can't afford to get wrong, like an estate planner.
But we'll see.
Per the contents of the will, all assets go to, what does that say?
Okay, let me make sure. Yeah, this looks right. So if I go to my collection, right?
Weird place when I wrote this.
Where's my collection?
This is what happens
I
when
wish that was my collection.
quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs.
Oh, where is mine?
$75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Oh,
Okay, I've got good news and bad news. Bad news first. Doom scrolling doesn't actually help you
I want this. Following video moves.
due to actually reduce stress. Get better ways
Oh boy. Like, why can't?
That's takespacetopause.org.
Should be at the top of this list, right? Like, why? Why are they giving me everybody else's collection? Scan your first comic. So maybe they don't have me. Okay, that's cold. Well, I'm not gonna hold you. I think I'm logged in on the wrong account. But I frequent this site right here called Hip Comic. Now, if you have it on a cell phone, they have an option where you could just like, we can scan your comic, right? And even here, if I have it like a screenshot of it, I could probably just scan that. I just upload the screenshot, and you input it, and it'll tell you what it's worth. Wow, look, I didn't even know this one was worth 20-something bucks. Awesomeness! I did not know that. So, this is the one we read last week. So, I got some updating to do. I'm gonna play with this a little bit. Hip Comic. Just check it out. Just Google it. Google Hip Comic. You can set up an account. You can upload all your old comics into it. It'll give you like a numerical value based on what it's worth, and you can kind of sort through things like this. I wish they had something like this for Pokemons, and different stuff. But yeah, you can utilize this great tool and figure out what your comic books are worth. You build up a big inventory and what's called the My Collection, and to just have like a general listing, like this guy has a $27,000 collection, right? And yeah, it'll just tell you how much your collection's worth and etc. So I'm gonna go play with this some more off stream. Probably get a cup of coffee, upload these, and yeah, work on some YouTube thumbnails. But anyways, it's been a good little sesh. My bad, it took us all day to get started. We're supposed to check this comic book out hours ago. Got wrapped up doing chores and other things. I'm moving houses. So that's a big little process, and that's why we kind of took a whole week off. But we're trying to get back to it. Starting right now. But yeah, it's pushing on really late tonight, and you know, it's just been busy. So I figure if I go ahead and take a nap right now, I can get back to it in the morning. You know, that's the big primary goal at the moment. But anyways, thanks everyone for coming through, checking us out. We will be back later, so stay tuned, check out the VODs on YouTube, etc. Yeah, I'll be uploading some stuff until we hop up in the morning and hop back online. Not sure what we're doing. You know, I like to do beat making in the morning. I like to make music in the mornings, but we'll see. We're still adjusting the schedule, kind of adding a little few tweaks to it and changing a few things around and trying to get something real consistent that we can stick with, really just lock in upon. So yeah, just stay tuned, you know, stick with us, rock with us. We're constantly growing. Check out the Discord in your free time or in our absence. We got a direct line. Looking, you know, like, man, where's my streamer? I don't have anybody else on like right now streaming. You know, you can hit me up on Discord and be like, hey, let's get to it. Let's get to work. You know, cut the stream on. Let's play something. Let's read something. Let's, you know, interact. And I'll be there. I'll be available. I'll be around doing something cool, awesome, hopefully, that you enjoy. Yeah, anyways, I'm out of here for the night. Let me get some sleep. You do the same. Beautiful, blessed rest of the week. I will be back tomorrow, Thursday morning. Peace. Trying to brighten up. You said, who? Who's gonna be a snack?